With all eyes on Springfield, Ohio, and the issue of Haitian refugees grilling geese and stealing cats, the sad and pathetic lie that Venezuelan gangs have taken over apartment buildings in Aurora, Colorado, has sadly faded away, as yet another right-wing fiction used to stir up MAGA morons, and just your run-of-the-mill racist morons, to stay outraged and vote Republican goes to the ash bin of history. And to many MAGAs in the Southwest and mountain states, that's just a darn shame, because hating on Latinos is a time-honored tradition. You have to remember, these states didn't really have the kind of slave-holding culture of the Deep South, and so they need another non-white ethnic group to hate and dehumanize. But in a testimony to how a good lie is never completely lost when it's believed by ignorant people who live for outrage, a Karen in Colorado called the police on a group of Venezuelan men who were up to no good. This clever Karen recognized immediately that having been repulsed by the Hells Angels in Aurora, remember that fiction? The Venezuelan gangs obviously retreated and looked for a new place to enact their takeover. And what to her wondering eyes should appear but a Venezuelan gang in her local park she holds so dear. And so, like any red-blooded American woman, she took action. She sent her husband to investigate, and then called the police. And then, of course, like a true Karen, she took to social media to broadcast to all, far and wide, about the Latino takeover of America, and how outrageous it is that law enforcement will do nothing to stop them. That woke law enforcement. And how does she know these are Venezuelan gang members? Because not to be without facts is decidedly irresponsible in Karen world. She had proof. They were flying the Venezuelan flag. This woman's brave fight against common sense and cultural literacy was actually covered by local news in a takedown you would never see on Fox and rarely, if ever, on CNN. Channel 9 Denver's Kyle Clark reported on the astute woman who sniffed out the gang right at the start. Let's watch.
Somebody called police on a gathering of Hispanic men at a car club meetup in Arvada yesterday, claiming that they were Venezuelans taking over a park, firing guns, and starting a fire. The Adams County Sheriff's Office says none of that was true. The false claim also circulated on social media, with a woman saying that she had called the sheriff's office 4 times about what she thought was going on at Clear Creek Valley Park, just north of I-76 off Lowell Boulevard. The Adams County Sheriff's Office says it sent deputies to check out this Venezuelan gang park takeover thing. They found the car club and somebody with a Mexican flag. No issues or criminal behavior. Community advocates have spoken out about the danger to the Venezuelan community in Colorado and to Hispanic Coloradans in general from the Venezuelan gang takeover claims, which are being repeated by Republicans clear up to former President Donald Trump.
So first of all, you know this woman couldn't find Venezuela on a map if her life depended on it. But seriously, you've lived in Colorado and the United States for how long, and you can't recognize the Mexican flag? That doesn't make you a patriot. That makes you a Class A, number 1, card-carrying ignoramus. Seriously, there are only 3 flags in North America, and now, at best, you can only recognize 2 out of the 3? And let's just skip over the lying for a minute to just look at her outraged posts. Clear Creek Park, and we have called 4 times. They are dangerous. My husband just got off the phone with a sheriff, and they are gathering supplies and headed our way. They are firing guns in the air. This is dangerous. So is your punctuation, or lack thereof. Okay, we have a huge issue for 4 hours now, going on just a quarter mile from my home in Arvada, Colorado, with the Venezuelans taking over a park. The sheriffs won't even enter. They are on the outskirts watching, but won't intervene. WTH. Thanks, at Jared Polis. You suck. Question, who really sucks here? The person doing nothing to prevent peaceable assembly, or the person who is lying? I'm just asking the questions. And finally, okay, let's add they just started a fire in the park. Where are our law enforcement? At Lauren Boebert, where's your voice now? They are taking over Colorado. And that's how you know this woman is crazy. She actually wants to hear trained Trump chimp Lauren Boebert's voice. Eesh. Talk about your fingers on chalkboard. I'm happy to report that the Twitter account this posted to has now been taken down. Poor little racist Karen must have gotten a little blowback from the awful combination of being stupid and a liar. But to mi hermanos Latinos, I want to offer both apology and advice from one ethnic American to another on how to avoid incidents like this in the future. The key here is to disrupt the 911 call to begin with, and this is how. The next time you gather for a car show in the park, do one of the following. First, lean in hard on Latino stereotypes. Have a bunch of soccer balls and kick them around a little. Here's how that 911 call will go. Dispatcher. And are they doing anything, ma'am? Yes, they are kicking soccer balls. Dispatcher. Well, actually, ma'am, they call those footballs. Second, blow bubble gum in as big a bubble as you can. That's not product placement, by the way. Here's how that one goes. Dispatcher. And what are they doing, ma'am? They are blowing bubbles with bubble gum, and when it pops, it sounds like gunfire. Third, form doo-wop quartets. Now, there's two reasons for doing this technique. First, somebody's got to do something to replace Nicky Jam, am I right? And second, to be frank, Latino culture owes us for menudo, so, have at it. And fourth, this one is logistically tough, I'll admit it, but it's totally worth it. Underwater basket weaving. Again, imagine the 911 call. And what are they doing, ma'am? They're weaving baskets underwater. In the parking lot, ma'am? Yes. Hold on, ma'am. I'm going to check that out for myself. And the other thing is, the Olympics are coming to LA. Can you imagine if underwater basket weaving goes viral and becomes a thing? They actually make it an Olympic sport? And we could all look back fondly and think, we owe it all to racist Karens who despise Latinos because actually, Latinos were here first. I'm Anthony Vincent Gallo for Occupy Democrats.